again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Brown's Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, and this is where you can come and see Brownie the Elf and get caught up on the latest news involving our favorite team in the NFL, the best team in the NFL. That is, of course, the Cleveland Browns. Thank you to everyone who has liked our previous episodes, who has subscribed to the channel. Almost to 9,000. Gonna change the fit when we get there. To everybody who has scanned the QR code and become a member of the Browns' latest dog pound. Let's see. There it is. There it is. The dog pound. Thank you so much. And to all of you who get your comments into the viewer comment section. Now, coming up on today's show, the Browns keep signing all these guys to the practice squad. But there's one, to me, that's a no-brainer, and we haven't grabbed him yet. I got a telltale sign for you that says Shedeur Sanders will be our quarterback of the future. I know I didn't want to talk about next year's NFL draft, but I saw something today that made me lose my mind. An expert who says the Browns are targeting a quarterback from the Big Ten, but it's not Drew Aller. And even Arch Manning's not even in this conversation. And in the viewer comments, how the Browns screwed themselves when it came to Quinshon Judkins. We will find out. Now, typically, no graphic. Because nothing's going on. They're off the next few days. They'll be back Monday. But did some talking yesterday. QB3, Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, I know they added Bailey Zappi to the practice squad. Dude. Medical emergency. Like, it would take like a catastrophic wave of events for Bailey Zappi to ever take another snap for us ever again. So don't look much into that, but it'll be Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders, your three quarterbacks when we beat the Bengals. And you know what? We'll probably see all three because we're going to be up like 56-2. So we'll get the rookies some work against the Bengals. Hey, the captain's announced on offense, Joel Bitonio, Joe Flacco. Makes sense to me. Two solid veterans. And then on defense, Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. And then special teams, the android, Corey Bojorquez, the android. I'd rather just call him the android because Bojorquez is almost as tough to pronounce as Grendzynski. We need a nickname for him like Grizzer. Got to come up with something. Sed Tillman talked yesterday. Hey, don't forget about Sed Tillman. I always seem to forget about Sed Tillman. But remember this. In week 7 to 11, Tillman had 24 catches for 302 yards and 3 touchdowns, and then he got concussed. We seem to be bringing in all these wide receivers and sticking them on the practice squad. We're good there. How about this? The Rocket was running around yesterday. He's already at practice, the guy we got from the Chargers. What cracks me up is there's only like the Rocket to me is Ismail. Rocket Ismail from Notre Dame. He's the Rocket. And I remember his brother was the Missile. And I remember one time they were interviewing their mom. And they're like, okay, if he's the Rocket and his brother's the Missile, what's that make you? And she said, I'm the launching pad. I'll never forget that. That was great. Her interviewer during the game, too. I'm like, that's hilarious. So I always remember her mom, the Ishmael mom, is the launching pad. Also running around yesterday, Jarek Bernard Converse. He plays corner and safety. Dude, they love these dual guys, man. If you can play two positions, there's a good chance you're going to play for the Browns, but they got him in here already, and he was running around out there in Berea. He went to Oklahoma State and LSU. People are saying that was one surprise cut the Jets made. So, I don't know. We'll see. We need corners, which is why it brings us to this. Why not Shiloh to the Browns? What are we doing? I know that Tampa let him go. He got in that fight, but that should have been a taunting pit. Like he got taunted. So he learned his lesson. Let's bring him in here and be what he plays. Dude, listen to this. Okay, let me just show you this. I'm like, okay, just to show you, I'm not just saying this just to say this. Look at what he did at Jackson State. 59 total tackles, 5 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, 1.5 tackles for loss. That's in 20 games. He was all SWAC. How about then at Colorado? In 2023, he led the team in tackles, 70. And then last year, 67 total tackles, 2 TFLs. That's tackles for losses. 2 pass breakups and a defensive touchdown. So it's not like, he's not a scrub. And if Tampa Bay wants to give up on him, let him. He learned his lesson. Let's bring him in here. Why not stick him on the practice squad? Like I just said, we need DBs. So, take a chance on him. I would. Why not? I have the Sanders brothers. Well, we got to see a bunch of Sanders. We got Rocket Sanders, Legendary Sanders, and Shiloh Sanders. We'll have them all. We'll get Colonel Sanders, too. I don't care. Adam Sanders. No, it's Sandler. We'll get them all. I don't care. Hey, how about this, though? Speaking of Shedeur, I came out. You have to kind of piece things together. Because remember, everybody says nobody wants to go to Cleveland and play. Nobody wants to go to Cleveland. No. But did you see what our guy Corley, the Malachi, the other guy from the Jets we just picked up? You see what he said? He had multiple offers from other teams. And he said, nope, I'm going to Cleveland. This guy at Western Kentucky, he's the yak king. Somebody put that down in the comments too. He's the yak king, yard after catch king. Because of his ability to make yards after the catch. In fact, his total from 2021 to 2023, 2,070 yak yards. That's pretty good. He led the FBS over that span, and after he was drafted, he told reporters, I'm hell to bring down. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, fits the Stefanski offense, right? High percentage passes, run after catch. Run after the catch is going to be big in this offense. And so that's why, everybody's saying, we didn't see Dylan Gabriel throw down the field or, this and that. It's like, I don't know. Might not need to. But part of it is, like with Flacco and his cannon, you lure the defense to sleep and then you run some play action and pew, there goes Bond down the sideline over the top. Now, here's the thing. Why is this a telltale sign that Shedeur's out? Why else would these wide receivers want to be coming to Cleveland? Look at Bond. I mean, I know the Browns vetted him and the Browns were on him and everything, but wide receivers want to come here for a reason, right? If I'm a wide receiver, the first thing I want to know is who's the quarterback, right? So I think that they see with Shedeur here, they know how many eyes are going to be on him. I think they think that'll be, extra endorsement opportunities. Who knows? They're just tons more exposure for them if you come to the Cleveland Browns. And I think, if it was me, I would consider that. I'd be like, hey, Shedeur's there. They're going to get a ton of press. Let's go. I'll do it. But that's what he said. He said, I want to go to Cleveland. So 2 guys in a week have said they want to come to Cleveland. So it is the greatest place on earth. I already know that because I grew up here. So I'm just saying, man. All right, now, how about this? I know I didn't want to talk about the NFL draft next year, but I had to do it when I saw this because I about threw up in my mouth. Okay, Browns don't want Manning, according to this expert from CBS Sports, whose name is David Cobb. But the other reason I want to do this is because college football, we got week 1 this weekend, week 0, happened last week. But so here are the quarterbacks to pay attention to the most. I put that list together for you. And it's the Cade Klubnik from Clemson. Remember the club? Does anybody still have the club? Do you put that on your steering wheel? We had that. We also had the thing that wrapped around the steering wheel. Anyway, Klubnik and Nussmeier, they're going head-to-head tomorrow. That's going to be a heck of a game. But LSU can't win a game at night, so I think I'm going to take Clemson. There's Drew Aller. We talked about him and Arch, who's not coming out. But how about Julian Sayin making the list? Top 5 college quarterback. I don't know. I think you need to see him first. But, he redshirted last year, sat behind Will Howard, so I'm thinking they're thinking he's just going to pick up where Will Howard left off. So I think he throws funny, but I don't know. Maybe I just saw some bad tape. But that's not who we're here to talk about because the guy David Cobb says the Browns are targeting is Indiana's quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. I was like, what? And here's why. David Cobb says Mendoza is a good fit for the Stefanski offense. That's if Stefanski can survive the season. Let's not forget that. He's got a plus NFL arm paired with quick decision-making and tight window accuracy. He'll get a chance to shine on a bigger stage this year at Indiana after being at Cal the past few years. Now at Cal, he completed 68% of his passes, 63% of his passes, and then that's a grand total of 66% of his passes, and he threw for 4,712 yards in 2 years. But I don't consider Indiana a bigger stage. Ohio State doesn't play Indiana this year, so I already checked. But this guy, I mean, he's got to don't be making stuff up, David Cobb. Come on. The guy is like the 26th ranked quarterback, I think. You know, I mean, this is what you're going to throw at us? You got to be better than that. This guy, and they're talking about this guy being the number one overall pick. Get out of here. Not saying that we're going to have the number one overall pick, but saying that this guy's going to be the number one overall pick. The season hasn't even started yet. Can we see him play a few games? Jeez, oh man. At least if you say that about, Klubnik or Nussmeier or Manning or some of these other, at least you've seen him play some college football before. Like, for the love of Pete, can we slow down? Everybody just trying to be like, just so they can say, see, I told you so. Look, it's okay. We can wait. We can be patient. Now, I can't be patient for the viewer comments because they're always so good. Joel McClain. Judkins might be a good player, but his issues on even getting a contract signed is starting to sour my look at him. Now, here's the thing. Could be the contract that's holding things up. Could be they're waiting for the NFL to investigate. Could be both. But here's where the Browns screwed themselves. The Browns screwed themselves by giving Isaiah Bond a contract in 5 seconds and guaranteeing all the money. Unprecedented, of course, in the NFL. The Browns and contracts and money and unprecedented always seem to be in the same sentence, and that's not a good thing. See Deshaun Watson. But we did it again with Bond. Undrafted rookie free agent, we guaranteed all of his money. So once they did that, you don't think Judkins' camp was like, whoa. This guy had problems. This guy was cleared. This guy was undrafted. Our guy was drafted. So you got to guarantee the money. They screwed themselves. The Browns screwed themselves. They took away any leverage that they had by doing that, by giving Bond a guaranteed contract. So, and I'm over these guaranteed contracts for rookies. I think you need to prove yourself before you get any guaranteed money. Should be like the old days. You get a contract, you get a signing bonus, and then after a year or two, if you're balling out, all right, let's renegotiate. I don't know, man. This guaranteed money for rookies makes me nuts. All right, Machiavelli 8905. In this situation, a lack of a head coach has hurt the talent the team does have. He has already lost the locker room. Stefanski's already lost the locker room, according to Machiavelli. What are you going to see these first few games will be a bloody mess. These players in these types of situations will attempt to play for themselves. Maybe at the end of the year. But I don't think Stefanski's lost the locker room yet. Flacco is like a kind of a coach on the field, and his mild manner, he helps. He helps keep everybody in line. And I think with Myles Garrett, I think he understands now, like, dude, we gave you a bag. You better get these guys going on defense. So I don't think he's lost the locker room yet. But talk to me at like game 10 or 11. And then we'll revisit that. M. Molina, 6797. The dog D-line is about to feast on a leaky Cincy offensive line. Joey B is going to have nightmares. 100%. I guarantee you, like, I really love the Browns week 1. I got another $15 free bet today. Put it all on the Browns. Money line. Forget, I don't need the points. Take them back. You can have them. The Browns are smoking Cincinnati game 1. I'm right with you, M. Molina. This is crazy. The SRJK Foster, I don't know if that's supposed to spell something, but he says, I want Flacco. But if he goes down, I will be behind Gabriel because he is a Brown. Browns first, individual player second. Yes. We want to win, man. We just want to win. I want to be respectable. Let's get back to the playoffs. Let's just, respectability for me. Because the Browns were so respected back in the day. Let's get there. I'm with you. The Foster. Moth 450. This is where we'll end. He says, I'm a first-time Browns fan here. The NFL is making us wait to see Shedeur. Yes, and that's okay. Let him learn a little bit. You can't learn from anybody better than Flacco in this system. He loves this system. So this is a perfect situation for both of our rookie quarterbacks. So we have to celebrate that. Our quarterback room hasn't been in this good a shape in years. That's what I'm happy about. So, all right. We got plenty of things to talk about through the weekend. Don't worry. We'll be here. The Browns are off, but we're not. The streak's alive, baby. We'll come up with some stuff to talk about, and we'll start getting ready for Bengals week. We're going to beat the Bengals already. Look at this, man. We're 9 days away from beating the Bengals. Let's go, baby. I don't know. I could be off on my math, but whatever. All right, that'll do it. Go Browns. We'll see you next time.